Milsurp Garage. Whoa, I feel like I just got assassinated at the end of that intro. So here we are with the Colt Delta Elite. It is a modified 1911 pistol, Series 80 configuration, 10 millimeter auto. You know what I love about the 10 millimeter? It's actually a centimeter. If somebody goes, what's that thing chambered in? You could go, it's chambered in 1 centimeter. And then a friend of mine was like, no, that's 100 millimeters. I'm like, no, 100 millimeters is 10 centimeters. What's wrong with you? Don't you know the metric system? Come on, like Gun Geek and these guys, they know about the metric system. These guys know. It's a centimeter. Well, anyway, that's kind of like a nickname for the 10 millimeter round. This is what that 10 millimeter round looks like. And what's interesting about this gun, we're going to talk more about just the gun, but we have to get into this round because they definitely go hand in hand, because the history of the gun follows the history of the round, which is kind of unique. You don't normally have that unless you go way back to some like early Browning designs from like turn of the century, where the gun and the round like were invented together and were like a family. You don't really find that in like, 1987, you know what I mean? But that's what happened in this case, you know what I mean? So this thing is, they made them in stainless, they made them blued, 8-round mag, released in 1987. Now, the thing about them is that it was the second gun to be chambered in 10 millimeter. The Bren 10 was the first one, and this gun saved the 10 millimeter round, which some say this is the greatest pistol round in existence. It certainly is powerful, I'll tell you that. I'm not qualified enough to really make a statement like that. It's the best round there is. What? Who said that? No, it's an amazingly powerful round. By the way, Realistic Snap Caps supplies me with these 10 millimeter examples, and these things are friggin' awesome. Take a look at those where the primer would go. There's that soft kind of like silicone-y protecting thing there for the firing pin. You can see where they're getting hit and how they're protecting. Look at the beautiful construction, the very realistic construction, weight, feel to these things. Totally inert, okay? So you see me messing around with these things, there's absolutely no chance of any accidental discharge. I check them all before I do videos or mess around with them like that, just to make sure that they're all realistic snap caps. And if you look, the patina of them, they color them a certain way so that an actual real round, like if you threw in here, I have some 10 millimeter brass right here. If you just threw one in, you would see it right away, because you would notice that the immediate, shiny new round, which is why these have that patina like that on purpose, which is a secret chemical process that he will not release. If you check down below, we got 10% off using my coupon code for these, and there's no shipping. So getting a pack of these is definitely it's not a lot of money. Check them out. These freaking things are awesome. Well, anyway, we could load up this mag, and nice single stack. smooth as silk mag. It's not like these mags these double stack mags where you gotta like, you might have more capacity, but you have to, you have a lot of trouble with the last rounds going in. That was 8. Was that 8? Yeah, that was 8. So, where was I? I'm sorry. I am getting sidetracked. Oh, the 10mm round. So, realistic Snapcats. Check them out. So, the Bren Ten. Sorry. So the Bren Ten was a failure. What happened with the Bren Ten was they were having problems with production. They were having problems with the magazines. They were having problems with distribution. They were, I would really love to do a video on that gun. I don't have one, but I'd love to do a video. It might be the first video I ever do on a gun that I don't actually have, and just show pictures of it and talk about it, because it has an interesting history, and I really want to learn more about it now that this gun is pretty new to me, and I'm pretty new to this 10mm caliber, and I love it. And the Bren Ten is a lot of history. This round was made. Let me see. I had the. Let's see if I could just quickly pull up that info. Yes, I can. There's this guy. Let's see if we come up with this guy's name. Lieutenant Colonel John Dean, or I guess his nickname was Jeff. How could you have a nickname that's another name? It's like, my name is John Dean, but people call me Jeff. It makes absolutely no sense. Jeff Cooper. He's the guy that drafted and championed the round. And it was Norma, which I think is that Swedish? Norma made the round, but it was the Bren Ten that was the first gun to use the round. And since the Bren Ten was a dismal failure, the round could have very easily went by the wayside too. But this Colt put this out, and that's what saved the 10mm round. I don't care what anybody says. That's the truth. I mean, if you just looking at it, even if you're not reading somebody else's opinion, that's what happened. Because then right behind that, the FBI was looking into it to adopt it. And even they turned their back on it and went, it was like too powerful for them or something. I was like, that makes my ears perk up. If you're like, well, this is a really cool round, but a little too powerful. I'd be like, huh? What round is that? What round is a little too powerful? Let me see that. Let me check that out. That sounds like it's right up my alley, because I like big bore. I love 45. I love 44 Magnum. I love 357. Like, I love the big guys, so it was just natural that I was going to really like this round, and I do. And the FBI was kind of like, well, what was the actual... Let me see if I could find the actual vernacular. Hold on. Okay, so the FBI briefly field tested the 10mm auto using a 1911 pistol, and I'm looking for the actual wording that I saw here before. But man, this is a long explanation. I'm never going to find it. But it was like something where they were saying that it was. It wasn't good for them because it was too much recoil and too much. I wish I could come up and find the exact wording, but you take a look online and you come up with it. It was kind of funny that they just didn't think that it would work under like training purposes. Like there's a lot of people, I guess, that come into law enforcement, they never shot a gun before. If you took a bunch of people that shoot or have a little bit of experience, I guess they'd be able to handle just about anything you throw at them. They'd be able to roll with it. But they were afraid that a lot of people that never fired a gun before would pull the trigger once and be like, I can't do that. I can't. That's crazy. Like they would literally bail at that point. So that's kind of like what the wording was that I was looking for in here, that they just said it's like would make people like, it was like a deal breaker for people to actually even want to continue. And that sounds like it's right up my alley. But so anyway, let's get into some history just with this thing. I'll throw some numbers at you just in case you're interested in the timeline of this thing. So it was released in '87, and they had different incarnations of it. They stopped production in 1996. So the initial ones. Let me see. I'll see if I could put a caption down here. Excuse me, I'm going to try to do that. The initial ones had like a wraparound grip, and they had them in also that they were blued. I'm going to try to add little pictures right here. And if I didn't, then oh well. Just imagine a wraparound grip on here. And then through the years, they changed them a little bit here and a little bit there, but they stopped production in 1996, and then in 2009 they ramped up production again, and this time it had this traditional barrel bushing. See, the original ones didn't have a barrel bushing like this. They had, remember we were doing the Daytonics, and the Daytonics had like kind of like a bull barrel kind of thing going on with like that, like a big fat barrel that had no bushing, and it just fit perfectly in the slide. I'm pretty sure, I never really saw one like that close up, but I'm pretty sure that that's what the Delta Elite used. The Colt used that same type of thing and eliminated the barrel bushing. But in 2009, they brought it back with this barrel bushing, and then they let me see. I just want to pull up. I have like a timeline of the different variants. So variant in 2009, they called it the model 02020. So like if you'll see on the box, or if you're doing like, even if you're doing like a search, like even say on Gunbroker, a lot of people will use that model designation number for the newer one, the one that was re-released in 2009. And then even it still had the wraparound grip, and it had an updated recoil spring and guide rod at that point. So the recoil spring might have been a spring in a spring. We're going to take a look inside. I'll show you. At that point, it might have been a spring in a spring. In 2005, they changed a couple of things, wood grips and this and that. But this one was the 02020XE. And that was released in 2016. That's the one that I got. That's the new, the one with the most refinements. It has Novak sights on here. They're not night sights, but they're Novak sights. An extended thumb safety. This beaver tail grip. And what else? I'm trying to remember everything. This hammer. This what is this called? A commander type hammer. So it has that. They put like a lot of doodads on here that were really cool. This flared ejector port. See how the ejector port here is flared? They put that. These serrations on here. I think they're called gold cup serrations. And the 3-hole trigger. That's what was done in 2016, and that's the 02020XE. And so that's what this one is. And what else do we got? Well, let's demonetize the video right now and take it apart. So we have the regular style bushing up front here. So it's just a simple, regular 1911 type disassembly. Let's say, we'll put it that way. What do we do again? I forgot. How do we release this? Oh yeah, right. The thingamajiggy here, the takedown thingamajiggy. So hopefully I won't have to restart the video again to put this thing back together. You know, when you get a stainless steel gun, if you don't have much experience with that, because I didn't, and these stainless steel rails, if you don't lubricate them properly during break-in period, break-in is very important with these because you can actually seize it up. It's not cool. So if you look here, see, this is what's weird. I'm just trying to get it apart so we can take a look. It's a spring in a spring here. So obviously, this round has more power than your typical 1911 than the 45 would have, because a dual spring setup here was necessary for. This is kind of feeling a lot, very much like the Tonics. You can imagine that whoever put this together paid a lot of attention to the Tonics, even though that was a subcompact design. the dual spring. Interesting, right? I guess that's it. That's the only correlation is the dual spring. But, yeah, the barrel bushing and look, typical 1911. There's nothing, see, here's the Series 80. It has the firing pin safety there. And that's that. The only things that are going to look a little bit weird are this is called Delrin, this plastic. It's a nylon material called Delrin, made by DuPont. It's like a medical quality like type of compound, and it's not just there too, it's here. It's on the mainspring housing too. This is a plastic. You don't really feel it. You'd swear it's stainless, just like this. You'd swear it's the same as the metal surrounding it, but it's not. It's Delrin. It's a plastic. It's a nylon plastic. Now let's see. To get this together properly, you want to seat these springs. I've learned from experience that you don't want to try to get those springs to seat by just shoving them together once everything's in. You want to seat the springs, then seat this piece here. That's the way to do it. And then a good idea would be to get the barrel bushing in now. Although I never put together a 1911 style gun the same way twice, it seems. Now I have to pull up my chair here. Let me make sure I'm in video. Okay, I have to pull up my chair because I have to do this by sighting along the front. You just got to make sure that that's in properly. Is that in properly? Everything's in properly. I can't embarrass myself here. There's a lot of people watching. They're ready with the keyboards to comment. They're ready to be mean to me. I have to make sure I do this without any room for scrutiny. Oh, I think I messed up. No, wait. Can I get that in there? Oh, I got it in there. So you can't mess with me. I did it. I did it. I did it, Margaret. There we go. You can't make fun of me. I'm sure you're going to find a reason. Go ahead, start typing. I can take it. Remember, I am a 1911 newbie. And there it is. Pretty good job, huh? Nice. This thing is so tight and it's very high quality. And you know what? It's like, it's one of those guns that every once in a while you just want to go like that. Microfiber. Definitely microfiber this thing. Do not be wiping this with some sandy rag because you're gonna dog it. And let's put in our realistic snapshot. Let me back up a little. I'm a little too close. This whole video I've been a little too close. So high quality feel to everything here. Chambering, watch this like butter. Oh, that felt really nice. And with these, you can't baby them. If you ride the slide, you're gonna get hang-ups. But look, if you could, I mean, come on. I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Delta Elite. Look at that nice emblem they put on here. You see that, you know right away. Somebody sees that, they know Delta Elite. And it's a nice smooth mag drop. And the slide release actually works nice with your thumb. And it's hardly even broken in yet. Yeah, I bought this thing unfired, you know, so I was lucky. And I love the feel of it. You can see in the action shots there, I'm pretty sure my action shots are single-handed shooting. It's a strong hand, but still, it feels a little dicey when you're going weak hand, which would be my left hand. I just left-handed. You gotta make sure you got a nice grip on it. You know what I mean? And it's gonna flip a bit when you're shooting weak hand. But strong hand, it fucking feels nice and comfortable. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to bleep that out just somehow. I'm sorry. I might have to cut that out. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to censor myself there. I cursed for absolutely no reason, but it feels nice single-handed. It's controllable. So, you know what it is, that normal load, right? That normal loading is like that. That's the one that everybody compares it against. They're like, if it's like 200 grain and really hot, that was that normal load. But if you get like just a regular target ammo, I forgot, what do I have here even? Let me see, what brand? I'm trying to remember what brand it was. CCI. I just bought CCI Blazer 10 millimeter, and it's you know, it's plenty powerful. And oh, you know what? I forgot to show you. There's a reason why they say. I have to take it apart again. I hope you don't mind, but there's a reason why they say not to shoot very hot ammo inside of these things, and I have to show you. I have to show you what that is. How do I get this to move again? Drawing blanks, son. All right. Oh yeah, the barrel bushing. Gotta go that side. Out. Boom. Done. Okay. Now, if we drop this in here, you see how there's like a lot of the case down there that's exposed? See, up here we're good. But you see how down there they say with the Delta Elite is not a good 10 millimeter for these hot, the hot stuff. It's not good because it doesn't support the case there, and there could be separation there. That's what they say. So they say if you're shooting rounds that approach that normal loading, it's because that, you know, the ramp that this goes up and in, just that there's not enough support down here and you could blow cases apart. That's what they say. Now, you know what? I was so happy to get it together. I was worried that I was going to have to stop the video maybe, and because I was going to embarrass myself. But now this is going to be the true test, because I'm going to do it twice. So if you like to watch somebody put a Delta Elite together, this was your video. You found the right video. And I know I'm doing it wrong. I know. Don't even say anything. I know. Because there's so many different ways to do it that I have to be doing it wrong. Because there's only one guy out there out of like 20 that does it the same way I do and is going to say I did it right, and everybody else is going to say that I'm doing it wrong. But this, see, as long as, there we go. As long as that, nope, I lost it. If that link nosedives, you're done. You got to keep, so when you do it this way, you just have to keep pressure here on this spring. I relaxed the pressure on the spring that I'm holding with my left hand, and that was the problem. But as long as you can get right, it almost happened again, right there. That's it. That's it. And did it. It's done. Wait, maybe not. Did I get it? I think I missed. Oh, it's through. It's through. It's all through. It's all through, baby. Alrighty. And then I like to lock the safety in so that it's enough to put this spring in without. I know right now you probably like it's going to shoot in. You think it looks like it's going to just rebound right into your face, right? But it isn't. It isn't, because I got you. I got you covered. So yeah, there it is. I would have done you a disservice if I didn't show you exactly what it was they say makes the makes it blow up. Like if you're how that case separation. That's what they say. I'd love to put some high power stuff through this. You could do all kinds of things with the Delta Elite they say not to do. You could also shoot 40 cal, because, you know, 40 cal is the shortened 10 millimeter. When the FBI was too weak to use this thing, the FBI couldn't handle the 10 millimeter. They just shortened the case a little bit, and they made that 40 caliber. And you can shoot 40 caliber out of these supposedly, but it's like hard on the extractor. That's what I read. It's hard on the extractor. Why exactly? Somebody could put in the comments. That could give somebody something to do, because I'm not really 100% sure why the extractor has anything to do with it. Why would a shorter case make it harder on the extractor? Let me know. But it will work. I've seen people do it, you know what I mean? But they say it's not a good idea. Shooting the hotter ammo in these, it'll work, but they say it's not a good idea. You could potentially have a problem. You could break an extractor with the 40 cal. You could blow out cases with the high-powered stuff. So, you know what? I don't shoot 40 cal out of it, and I just shoot CCI range ammo, and I'm good. And what else do I have on this thing? I got so much stuff written down, but it's boring. The bottom line is, it's an awesome pistol, and I hope you enjoyed me showing it to you. I like that it says Colt Government model on it. I love this this like shiny stainless steel look and the matted look and how they two-tone it like that. I love that. I love that it doesn't have the checkering and the stippling. Oh, is it stippling? All over the place. I kind of like that. And you see the relief cut here? That relief cut to bring your hand up as high as possible in here. You know what I mean? For as high grip that you could possibly get. I like that. That feels comfortable when you're shooting. So that's the thing. It doesn't have all these like sharp stippling to like to be rough on your hand, whatever. It feels smooth and nice. Actually, that's why the recoil isn't quite as killer. And look at that protection you get back here with that dovetail. There's no way that hammer's touching you. There's no way that hammer's coming in contact with you at all. Even my big hand, as much as I could mush my fatty hand up in there, it ain't contacted anything. And yeah, that's the story. You can get grips for these things, but these grips are awesome. They have the Delta emblem in there. I love that. Mag release button is nice. The mag drop is nice. Sights are beautiful. 10mm auto. Gotta love it. All right, everyone. I got a nice group of videos planned. I really do. I have some of them already half in the bag, and a lot of good content coming up. This will be immediately demonetized. So again, I'm calling on everybody to, I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, because I usually lose like 95% of you by now. If you're hanging in there still at this point, you are a core subscriber. Well, no, you might not be a subscriber, but you're definitely a core fan. And you're exactly who I do these videos for. So reach out and find somebody else that loves these guns as much as we do. And let's try to get some more subscribers and likes and bells clicked on and all kinds of stuff. Because I want to, if I could raise up my viewership, I think they would be less likely to demonetize me simply for taking a gun apart. That's my plan. Because I think these guys like Hickok, and I don't want to blow up anybody, but there's at least 5 channels that I know of that do exactly what I'm doing, and they're monetized. And the money isn't, don't think that I want to be monetized for the money. I know that sounds silly, but it really isn't. It's not that much money. But when you're monetized, YouTube monetizes you too. So YouTube's getting money off the ad revenue. And now if they're getting money off of your videos, they're going to promote your videos. They're going to put it in everybody's feed, recommendations. They're going to promote you. And then you get viewership. All I want is viewership. I want to try to talk to more people on this channel, to get through to more people and spread the hobby. That's my goal. And if I'm monetized, YouTube obviously wants to make money off my videos, so they're going to promote me. If they demonetize me, now YouTube makes nothing when you watch my video. So YouTube is going to bury me. You don't even see it in a feed. I can't even search for my own videos. You know what I'm saying? So that's my goal. I just want to be able to show a gun, take it apart. I don't want to show how to manufacture it. I don't want to show anything weird. I just want to show what's inside. Just show it. I just want to show it. I want to take it apart, show what's in it, show what's outside of it, show me shooting it, show a couple of cool pictures, Oh, and a little music, by the way. That is Beerzerkerian. Beerzerkerian. I'm gonna put his name down below in the description too. He has the most awesome YouTube channel. It's one of my favorites. You definitely need to go check this guy out. He is so funny. It's like he does beer reviews and talks about all kinds of stuff, plays lots of cool music. He's got a lot of stuff on music and on guitars and stuff like that. It's if you're into music and beer and guns, my channel and his channel is a good combination. And I like the music that he plays, so I use it on my videos. So I just want to give him props here and be like, yeah, I'm ganking your music for my channel, bro, because it's awesome. So Beerzerker, thanks a lot to you. And everybody, I will see you all soon. Thanks for tuning in for the half-hour review. From now on, half hour is my limit. And see you all later. Take care. All right, of course, I forgot something that is definitely important to the history that I wanted to talk about. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Now you see this cutout right here that goes straight through like that there in the rail. Well, I'm going to show you a picture. I'm going to cut away to a picture here. So you see in this picture, you see how there's material across the top. It's like an arch there. They were getting cracks across that, so that piece would crack. So then their solution right here was just to cut that out completely. Just cut it out where it was, even if you sent back a gun that had the crack there, that part would just separate and there would be a crack. They would just cut this out and then just send it back to you. And be like, there you go, fixed. It's kind of like an interesting way to just get rid of a problem, is just cut that area out. But that worked. It just took out that one stress area that evidently even cracked, it wouldn't have done it. You could have just left it cracked and it would have been fine because it didn't really need to be there to support anything. So they would just cut that out and be like, there you go, you don't need that. We don't need that part there. And that's the way they looked from then on. Colt definitely learned something there. But yep. So didn't feel like it was complete without that piece of information. So now you got it. See you all later. Take care. Be safe, stay healthy.
Beerzerker.